chose this meter for this poem because I feel that this is, anapests are the meter of the will, and this was a poem where I wanted the will to be considered very sacred, the will of the person who is pregnant and choosing to have the abortion, and to honor that. Patriarchal religion is all about oppressing or controlling other people's wills. I'm not interested in that, and I'm a goddess worshiper. So I wrote my abortion poem in the meter of the will. So we can see that the meter here, and I turn your blood back to the earth. I am life, you are death, and we kiss through the fire that is my freedom's birth. By the womb of our love's endlessness, as you turn my blood back to the earth, I am death, you are life, and we kiss till we move through the deep, giving forth to the web of our love woven bliss through the fire that is our freedom's birth. If we mark the wands, we could maybe put a half wand there. Clearly it's anapestic, in this case, anapestic trimeter, and very regular really in the anapests. Oh, sorry, sometimes I forget to do the 3 steps in order. I recommend doing them in order normally because when you get to tricky moments, it's really a good habit to have, to put the wands first, then the cups, then the edges. Why? Because it allows you to let the meter emerge naturally rather than imposing on it. Imposing on things is a way to sometimes obscure the reality. I am life, you are death. Sometimes when I'm reading it aloud, I stress the you like that. And that would be, I think, a choice that you could make in scanning if you want to give the you some emphasis. And same with free, freedom's birth. This is really a cretic substitution, right? In the anapestic meter, because free does need to get some kind of a stress. So I would actually even give free a full wand here. Freedom's birth. I've never scanned this poem before. By the womb of our love's endlessness. So again, I think this is also sort of a cretic, right? By the womb of our love's endlessness. It's interesting, endlessness and freedom's birth both feel more like critics because they have more emphasis on the first syllable. And having just gone through a month of critics, I'm very aware of critics as a meter of the dark goddess, the sublime power that marries death and life, which is really exactly what this poem is about. So I wasn't even conscious I had critics in crucial moments in this poem, but I see them now. There they are. As you turn my blood back to the earth. Okay, so it's a little bit different here. As you turn my blood back. I think these both have to be wands. Here we have, as you turn my blood back to the earth. My blood back is what we call a Bacchic foot, the rising foot with 2 wands, cup wand, wand, and it's definitely a totally acceptable variation in anapestic meter, and it does create more of an emphasis. It slows things down, kind of like a Spondy would do in my iambic poem. I am death, you are life, and we kiss. This is a very regular anapestic line. And we kiss. Sorry, these should be cups. Till we move through the deep. Ah, here's another of those cretic feet, right? Interesting. And so is this. And when I'm reading this aloud, I often read it in a kind of slow chant at the end here. You may have heard when I just read it, till we move through the deep, giving forth to the web of our love, woven bliss. So interestingly enough, through the fire, that is our freedom's birth. This entire last stanza were the baby and the mother. And like Lucille Clifton, I choose the word baby because I don't think there's any, for me, as a person who believes abortion is a sacred spiritual aspect of the life-giving power of we who give birth, to me, there is no need to obscure the fact that this may feel like a baby. When I had an abortion, it did feel like a baby in a certain way, but it also felt like a part of my body. But like Lucille Clifton in her Lost Baby poem, I think of it as baby in this poem. So I feel like this is the mother and the baby talking both. And the baby's talking in italics. The mother is talking not in italics. But when they come together at the ending here, interspersing the italics and the not italics, the poem